Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Breaking Free podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Francis. Today, Tamika's back. For those that don't know who Tamika is, Tamika's a medium and so much more than that. Links to our previous chat from last year will be in the show notes if you want to learn more about her story, what she does, and who she is. She did a live reading on me. Most of those things came true, by the way, which is pretty interesting. Just so I let you know that live. And then, yeah, if you want to listen to that chat, they'll be in the notes. Tamika, welcome back. We have an
All
interesting
right.
chat off air. We're about to just delve into some dating stuff. So let's welcome back to the show first, anyway.
Straight into the fucking personal stuff, guys. We won't lead her into it. We'll just go straight into the personal stuff.
If anyone's
Yeah, so we're
new,
talking about dating.
yes, but if anyone is new to you, do you want us to give a brief rundown of who you are, what you do, and then we'll move over to the personal stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, psychic medium based in the Gold Coast, currently in Melbourne, but I'm returning, guys. I am originally from Melbourne, made the move 2 years ago. I do a lot of things in grief, mediumship, psychic development. They're my kind of niches. I've actually brought some new stuff in. So I'm doing like if people want to bring me in for events. So say if you've got like a wedding or a birthday or something
Shit,
that you,
yeah.
yes, if you want to like hire me as a psychic medium and I come and do group readings, or I can also tailor it to be like one-on-one. So I'm doing one in November at a retreat, going in and doing readings for all these beautiful girls that are going to a retreat. So that's new to the sphere. So, guys, if anyone wants to hire me for a private event, that is now something you can do, which I think is cool. It's almost like the way I saw it was like hire a fortune teller to come and sit at your wedding, but not the old school, not the
Yeah.
old school way, guys.
Gotcha.
The
How does a
modern way.
wedding, how does a wedding work?
I reckon a wedding, I haven't done a wedding, but I can feel it.
I can feel it too.
Yeah, I just feel like, can you imagine just being at like a very chill wedding and then there's just like me set up in the corner,
No, I can't. That's why I'm asking you about the wedding.
me set up in this like beautiful white tent and these beautiful like white flowy clothes and like people can just come sit and have like a psychic reading?
That's wild, isn't it? Imagine that.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool. I can see it happening in the Gold Coast.
Yeah, it might be someone from this podcast channel that might fucking get married and be like, I want Tamika at my wedding. Imagine that.
Be so cool. I've actually had, when I first posted it, a girl messaged me that she just got engaged like maybe 2 weeks prior. And I posted about doing this, and she was like, "I would love to have you at my wedding when we organize it." And I was like, "Oh, I
That's
would love
wild.
to." Yeah. Um,
That's it. Yeah.
um, so yes, anyway, tangent, of course. So
Yep.
yes, I specialize in those. They're my main things.
Yep.
Psychic development is definitely my main niche of teaching people how to connect in with that.
Yep.
And mediumship, of course. And yeah, so that's the brief. A lot of life and death stuff as well. We teach a lot about rebirth, the
Yep.
void. The void's probably my
Mm.
newest one. Um, and just teaching people kind of about, yeah, educating them on grief as well. Like that's so many readings lately. I've had a lot of grief with people come up and they just don't know how to move through it. So I'm like, I really would love to get into school systems to educate people about grief.
Not the only one getting the
Yeah.
school systems about other stuff, but yeah, grief's a big one.
Yeah, like we
Especially,
need more education on it.
yeah, we need more education on a lot of things. That's definitely one of them.
That's true.
There's a lot of things that need to be re-educated in there. Like I
Yeah.
have a former teacher here that's very passionate about that school system because it's fucked. But
Change, like
yeah,
it needs change. Hey, like
yeah,
how long has the school system? Okay, we're going on a different tangent
we are
apparently.
now. Yeah, we might as well go there. It needs a holistic approach to life.
Literally, how long has that school system been running and everything else in the world has changed, yet that's still the same?
Pre-World War One, I think. It's a while.
Like how fucked that we've got AI, we've got all these other things that are coming into the world. Like technology is changing, humans are changing, everything's fucking changed, yet the school system
He's the same.
is still the same. And they wonder why kids have ADHD and why people aren't learning and why people drop out. Like,
They don't
because
want to be there.
it's so, it's fixated on the fucking past of when was World War One?
Like over 100 years ago.
Like, we're not the same humans.
No, we're not.
We're not the same humans we were fucking 20 years
Well, a
ago.
lot of the humans that have come into this world in the last 50 years aren't made for this fucking system. So that's why there's all this pushback and rebel. Because a lot of
Yeah.
these souls have come in to this life, Tamika, that don't necessarily fit that mold anymore, which is you and I, basically.
Yeah.
Like we're not working no, we're not. We're not working 9 to 5 jobs. Like that's not fitting the mold of that system. 'Cause that's what they're doing. They're breeding 9 to 5 workers.
Hmm. So true. And then we're getting more ADHD and we're getting
Mm.
more autism and we're getting more things. It's actually no, these people are coming into the world with different learning and like even telepathy and different communication styles. And then they get labeled as something different and get put on a fucking medication
And put in a box to say sit over there and be
and put in a
quiet.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah. When what if we fucking play around with the school system and the education so then
And
people can fit into
and
different
I'll
molds and think
I'll
different?
give you one more layer. Why don't we stop feeding them fucking Mars bars and fucking foods with food coloring and additives in it as well? And that fucking skyrockets the bloody behavior.
Yeah.
They're on the come down from the sugar fix and they're bloody want another hit of sugar. That's
Yeah.
why they're fucking around.
Yeah.
Like diet too is a big one. Getting these kids in the dirt with their shoes off is another one. They're not grounded.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not. Because what? They're in their fucking school. They're in school, they're running around, and they go home, they sit on their iPads, their phone. Like,
Yep, getting smashed with Wi-Fi. The fucking
yeah.
Wi-Fi in those schools is wise, insane.
Well, everybody has laptops and shit now.
Yeah,
I didn't have fucking laptop. I didn't have a laptop.
neither did I. I
I
didn't.
didn't even
There
have
was
a
no such
phone.
thing as a laptop when I was at school.
I didn't even have a I had a Nokia E63, I'm pretty sure, to
I had
fucking
a
take
Motorola
control.
V3 Razor. Remember those
Right, I had one
Motorola's?
of them in pink.
Yeah, I had a grey one. That was sick. And then I had
Like,
the Nokia brick when I was like in grade 7.
yeah, same. Or
Yeah.
and then when we got a little bit more, we got a little bit more fancy. We had the fucking blueberry things that
Oh,
flip.
I
I
had
didn't
one of
get one.
those.
I
Yeah.
didn't get one, but I played with other people's MSN.
Yeah, I was an MSN dude. I was on there fucking, but it's like I only went on there like of like a night time. Like during the day,
Yeah,
I was
one
outside playing
hour.
footy and cricket and shit.
Yeah, 1 hour after school.
Yeah,
That's
ride my bike in the street, hanging out with the neighbours that we all went to the same school and bloody
yeah,
just fucked around. It's not. It
yeah,
was kids these days aren't. Oh, actually, kids these days in Queensland are outside a bit more, but kids in Victoria. When I was down there in Bendigo a couple months ago, none of these kids are outside doing shit that we used to.
yeah.
What have you
Yeah, because
noticed down there?
we didn't have the things of like being sitting on your iPad. If you were bored, you could go outside and play in the fucking dirt.
That's what mum and dad told me to do. Go
Yeah,
bounce on the
same.
trampoline.
My mum used to say, go play on the freeway.
Go play on the freeway. Surely not.
No, she did. She'd be like, if you're bored, go play on the freeway. Like, as a joke, but like, she was like, go outside. Like, that was the only solution. If you were bored,
Yeah,
you would
go
either
inside.
go outside or color in or fucking,
Yeah.
do little things like this, which, great. I'm so glad that we got to grow up in that era because I
Mm.
couldn't think of anything worse than sitting on my phone as a fucking 10-year-old and scrolling.
Yeah. Watching TikTok and YouTube shorts.
And imagine the comparison that's going through their mind of everything they're seeing.
Yeah, I know.
Because they have no, like, even us adults are still processing and struggling with that.
Yeah.
So imagine giving that to a 15-year-old fucking girl or boy.
Yeah.
Makes no
Why?
sense.
I know. I feel like this is just taking a whole nother turn, but
Yeah.
I feel like with the education system, there needs to be an overhaul on health, on actually wealth building too. There needs
Yeah.
to be an overhaul on sex education because the
Yeah.
sex education is not even real sex, and there just needs to be an overhaul of everything within it, and it needs to be
Yeah.
more of a like a bush school setup. They need these kids in the dirt learning life skills. Like a lot of these kids are coming out of school, they can't tie their shoes, let alone fucking bloody build a fort or fucking any of this stuff we used to do. Like, I learned how to tie shoes when I was like 4 years old. These kids are in
Yeah.
grade 6 and 7 and don't know how to tie their fucking shoelaces. Let alone cook as well. Cooking, you're actually selected as a class these days. You don't just do cooking anymore. Like
Yeah.
when I was in year 7 and 8, that was like our fucking pre-thing. We had to do cooking in like year
Yeah.
seven.
What was it called? What was cooking called?
We called it home ec.
That's it. Home
Yeah,
ec. Yeah.
yeah. And sewing and shit too. We use the
Yeah.
bloody textiles sewing machines for a bit.
Woodworks. Like, I'm never going to fucking use woodworks, but I still did the class.
Yeah, same. I made an awesome toolbox for Dad, still in his garage.
Bless. So interesting. I'm curious to know, like, being a teacher in the past,
Yep.
do you think it's ever going to change?
I think it will change if the ones that are here to change it action the change. And I'm big
Mm.
on, I've got a big dream of building something that's going to fucking change this thing. I
Yeah,
have a
it's
vision
almost,
of what this should be.
yeah, it's almost like it's not, it's almost like
We have to change it.
We have to change it, or even like you were saying, like build, like there
Something
needs to
else.
be conscious schools being built because
Yep.
obviously we can't. They're changing the entire system throughout the fucking world.
Hmm. The
Well,
only
not even the
way
world, because different places do different stuff. Like Australia's education is fucking weird, man.
it is weird. Yeah. Look into it. It is super weird. Like
I've got you to talk to about it.
even when I was at uni, before I even bloody woke up to any of this stuff, I was like, this is not right. Like I felt something inside. I was like, this is not right.
Yeah.
And then you look into the bloody, we can go off into the trans stuff too. Like that shit's in the curriculum. Like what the fuck? In the Victorian system, something a few of the listeners have listened to an interview I did with Craig Cole on this platform, talking about how in the curriculum that if a kid goes, this happened when I was at school too, when I was just doing my teaching thing, a kid can go up to a teacher and say, "Look, I'm not sure if I'm a boy or a girl." And then the conversation will then take into the principal, the bloody well-being, vice principal, and there's no contact with the parent till the meeting's finished. It's like, what the fuck? That's a conversation for a parent and a kid, not a bloody. That's in the Victorian curriculum right now. That's the
What?
process. So that kid gets ushered into a meeting with the leaders of the school and the well-being, and
Yeah.
no parent contact. That is happening right now.
How the fuck does that work?
Well, if you look into it, this might be a bit conspiratorial, but the person that wrote the curriculum for respectful relationships is a pedophile.
I'm not surprised.
I didn't think so.
I'm
Anyway,
not
if anyone wants
surprised.
to listen to that conversation, that is all in the
Yeah,
my
okay,
podcast
that's
backlog. Yeah,
super interesting.
it
Well,
is.
yeah, there needs to be more education about things that we experience as humans.
And even spirituality, because a lot of these kids are fucking super tapped in.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, and look, and it doesn't have to be the fucking depth of it, because I feel like that's also part of the evolution as we grow and
Correct.
come into humanity and, like
But base level understanding, I think.
base level understanding, like teach them about grounding, teach them about nourishing their body with good food, teach them
Yep.
about the chakras, even like just the
Yeah.
basic knowledge of things like that.
Yep.
Intuition. Fuck,
Yep.
teach kids about their intuition.
Yeah. And
Like,
manifestation. Like we do the goal setting thing, which is great, but there needs to be actual manifestation, not just goal setting.
yeah. Teaching them about their emotions and what it
Yep.
means, where it stores. Like,
Yep.
fuck, could you imagine how much more regulated people would be? Not even people, like kids, parents,
Yeah, I
everyone
know.
would be if we just learnt the common knowledge and then, yeah, still let them go on their own journey and decipher if they want to follow spirituality, God, fucking whatever it
Yeah,
is.
it is. Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
do that, but still give them the fucking common knowledge of where, like, life, even life and death.
Well said.
Life and like no, we just not talk about death? Like death is not real, guys. Like that's what's so fucked up. That's why
Hmm.
Australia struggles so bad with grief because we don't talk about it.
Yeah, and sex is the same.
Yeah, like it's non-existent apparently. Like
Hmm.
life and death, right?
Mm-hmm. I
What do you
agree.
mean?
I mean, yeah, I don't know where to go with that. I could go off on a tangent, but it's like these basic, no, it's not even basic, like grief's huge. And a lot of people are still holding on to grief with their loved ones that have crossed over many moons ago. You know what I mean? Like we don't know how to deal with that and process that because we weren't shown how to process and deal with the emotions in school or from our families or from anything because no one's been shown anything about anything.
Yeah. No one's been shown anything about anything.
No. Like I see kids these days and you ask them how you're feeling, it's like they can't tell you, but if you just say, just draw me a face and they'll be like sad or angry. It's like we should be able to let them express that sadness and anger.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids are super emotional at the moment too.
I've noticed that with nannying as well. So obviously I do nannying as well as a little bit of a
Do you?
yeah, I did not know that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, so
I'll
I
learn more
didn't
about you every time I connect with you, to be honest with you.
So with business, I do business and then I also do nannying. I like to be multifaceted.
Sounds like it.
I like to do a little like personal assistant nannying, I do a lot of different things. And what I've recognized with nannying as well is the emotional state of the kids. Like they're either
Mm.
very chill or they're very heightened. And
Yeah.
about 80% of the time they're very heightened.
Mm.
And it's
Mm.
like, why are kids so overstimulated?
Why
Why
are
are
they?
you all, yeah, like because if they're not fucking eating the right foods, they're not getting the connection to the earth, the fucking life that they need. Don't know about their parents. That's,
Mm.
are their parents regulated?
Good point.
Because if you're a parent, I'm not a parent yet, but I've learned
Neither.
a lot being in this scene. If you're not regulated as a human in any context, it's not even with a parent, even your relationship with your family, if you're not regulated, what's going to be mirrored back to you?
Well, exactly.
Dysregulation.
Because they're a sponge. They sponge off of you. Their subconscious is like fucking getting programmed from 0 to 7. And
Yep.
if they're looking at and they find that safety and comfort, their nervous system is like feeling safe and comfortable with a fucking dysregulated nervous system.
Yep. And kids, like we are talking before, they're super tapped in,
They
especially at
are
that
tapped in.
age. They're so tapped in. So they're going to feel that dysregulation before you even express it.
Correct?
So if you get out of bed and you're and all dysregulated, of course the kid's either going to be A, hypo, or
Hmm.
B, fucking shut down.
Yep.
They can sense that energy before you even walk out of that door.
They can. And they mirror it back to you too. They're little mirrors, I'll tell you.
Yeah. And then the parents go, why are you so dysregulated? Why are you this? Why are you that? Like, I'm not a parent yet, right? So I can't fully be in there, but I do know how important it is. Even being a nanny, if I'm dysregulated, I can't hold the kid's capacity as much as I could if I'm regulated.
That's true.
Like,
Mm.
regulation is the fucking key to life.
Hmm. I agree. I agree. Mic drop. We'll finish the chat now.
I think
Dysregulation is the key to life. That will
get
just be a.
regulated, people.
It's a bit of a journey though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It
But
is.
it's a tricky one too. And but it's a beautiful thing too.
And we're not always regulated. Like it's fucking impossible to be regulated 24/7.
That's true.
Well, it's not impossible. It's definitely you're having a human experience at all times. So if you are dysregulated, it's learning to see it when it's happening,
Yep.
being able to remove yourself. Like we were talking off air and I was saying, like Nathan asked me where I'm staying in my family home. In the past, I used to be super dysregulated here. And because there's people that are dysregulated, I've had moments of being dysregulated, but I've been able to pull myself back more than I would in the past. Usually I would go into a whole fucking spiral and be angry and be like, fuck this and fucking crack the shits.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm just like, oh yeah, cool. This has happened. I'm just gonna go off and do my own thing, come back and regulate.
Mm.
Just take the space. I think taking the space when you're dysregulated is the most important thing. Because then if you're still surrounded by the thing that you're dysregulated by, you're not going to get any regulation out of that.
That's true.
So just like take the space to breathe for 5 minutes.
Mm. But people don't know how to breathe. They breathe through their mouth, Tamika.
I'm breathing. What do you mean? I'm breathing all the time.
Yeah, but you gotta get that deep breath going through your nose and then out through your mouth or that through your nose. I don't know. You just
Yeah.
gotta. That's the thing. Taking that time out for ourselves. Life gets busy. We get that, but there's that time where you need to just sit and breathe and just chill.
And sometimes it's literally like every time before I do a psychic reading, it's something new I brought in. I didn't do it when I did one for you, but when I bring people in, because they're either excited, nervous, feeling all the feels, I've started doing a process with them and it's breathing.
Yeah, chat. Yeah, I love that.
Just get them to breathe in through their nose, out through their mouth a couple of times.
Mm.
And every time they relax and they go, I should do that more. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes 2 minutes.
Mm.
It's either 2 minutes of breathing or what, you're going to do 2 minutes of this.
Yeah, I was waiting for you when you jumped where you're in the thing. I was just doing some breaths here. Like I could have done the same thing. Could have got the phone out, just sitting in the corner of the room here. But like I could have just, bit of a scroll. It's like, no, I'll sit here and do some breaths and chill out.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine being dysregulated with your child or with anyone and just going, hey, let's just take a couple of breaths.
Now, a lot of parents, some conscious, well, parents do that. The
They
conscious
are
ones do.
starting, it's definitely becoming more in the field of parenting for sure, which is
Yeah.
great. But yeah, anyway, that was a full tangent. But yeah, I feel like
Huge
it's
tangent.
Where did that even come
I
from?
don't know. When you get me started on the school system, Tamika, I seriously will not stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Whether that's in person, on a podcast, or in private, or wherever it is in my life, I will fucking,
Yeah.
yeah, I get real passionate about it.
It's huge, hey. It's something that, yeah, we need to bring in, yeah, a new realm of.
I did a top 10 problems with the school system podcast like last year, right? Ended
Mhm.
up being 30 things, and I just went like on a proper fucking rant for 35 minutes and put it out
I
there to the
can see
world.
that.
Because as I got going, I kept like things just kept coming. I kept not remembering, but like things just kept coming out. I'm like, there's 10, but we're off to like 30 now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel with the consciousness shifting and things, we're having access to more things. People are becoming more awake and,
They are. Yep.
I definitely feel like there is movement of getting like there's multiple people I've spoken to, you including, of like wanting to change the system and thinking of these beautiful ideas to bring in. And
Mm.
I think it's just getting it there.
But we all
And
need to come together.
yeah, as soon as one starts, you watch. Bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang,
We
bang.
need to all come together and just fucking do it.
Yeah. Because once one opens or one begins, you can just copy obviously in their own way. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
once
yeah.
one gets into the system, copy paste, do it your own way. But there's a structure to it.
Yeah.
There's a build.
And one by one, people will see what's going on the other side. And they'll
Yeah.
go, right, and rip these kids out of here, and that system will just be. It will just crumble. I feel
I've
like
got a beautiful
what's gonna happen?
I've got a beautiful client who lives down here, and
Hmm.
someone I know wants to open up a conscious school. She's probably going to do it. My client who lives down here with her beautiful children who aren't in school yet, she said, I will move from Victoria to Queensland to put my kids in that school.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
care. Her partner has a big business down here. They're doing well. But she's like, I will fucking move my kids just so they can go to that school.
That's a lot of. I'm hearing the same conversations with. Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing. Mm.
Yeah. Because it's in, like that, and that's great because they're seeing, you know what I mean? That's the importance because it's like people are recognizing how actually important it truly is.
And if anyone's listening from Tamika's followers or subscribers or whatever she's got going on, she'll share this with her people. But I'm making a documentary with a couple of 16-year-olds about the school system. We're going to shine a light on what's going on in the real thing and what's going on outside and be like, make a decision. You have both sides of the fence. Here's the information. Here's what these cool people are doing. Here's how the system's fucking you. Here's both sides of the coin. Go away and make your choice.
I love that.
Burden and baggage, education unpacked, coming soon.
Did we predict that in your psychic reading?
Yes, you did. You said film, documentary. I'm like, what? And then it sort of just came about this year. Well, actually, back end of last year, and then
That
into.
is so exciting.
I know,
Congrats.
I've got 16-year-old kids help me out. How good's that?
Oh my God. I was like, I've heard this before. Where have I heard this? In my psychic reading. That's
So
fucking
if
incredible.
anyone has some stories about their time in the mainstream system or is building something like I want to build outside or already
Mm.
has homeschooling groups, all the things, get in touch with me and the lads and we will jump on a Zoom and hear all about it. Or we will come to you and talk to you about it.
Love
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
going to be great. Proud of you.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. So
That's insane. And it's, yeah.
yeah.
Feelings, my whole body went tingles.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's something Tamika read for me last year, but it's a matter of actioning that though too. Like I knew that that was there, and I knew I wanted to do a documentary about it. You just said documentary film. I'm like, I know where this is going.
Yeah. And most of the time when you do have readings, I say this to people all the time, it's like I just see what's there and you get to take the action towards it. If you don't take the action, sometimes it doesn't come to
And as
fruition.
we said in the last chat too, I was sitting with someone on the beach only the other day who went and saw a psychic reading and they were saying, oh, and I said, oh, some people don't. I said they were telling me about their session and stuff and what happened. I won't say anything that happened, but I said, oh, just be careful that if you don't action anything, don't blame the psychic for the problem. Just look in the mirror. And they're like, look at me funny. I'm like, no, because a lot of people, and I said, I've done this myself. Like, I'll see a psychic, wait for the thing, believe in the timeline, then I'm looking around at the day going, there's like, I haven't got the thing yet. It's like, yeah, well, have you action something.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, because someone great told me that, and I thought, oh, I might pass that on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't blame the psychic, blame you because you haven't actioned anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So it's not
say
the psychic's fault.
don't blame me, guys.
No,
Yeah, I say this all the time, and it's same thing with like if you hear something you don't necessarily want to move towards, you have free will to change it.
that's true.
You're a free human, you know? It's like I just see the timeline and your timeline's going to shift at any point.
Yeah, but
Like you
do you give a time frame or timeline? No, I love that because some psychics give that time frame that builds up the belief and the hope, and then that day comes around, it's not there.
So I'll give it a month. I won't unless a date comes through very strong for something, I'll give them a date, but usually
Yep,
it'll be like something's going to happen in July,
yep,
end of July, you know? But I always say psychic timeline and real life timeline can be very different.
that's true.
The time that a psychic can sometimes feel, it might feel like 6 months, but sometimes it might be three. Like the
Or
timeline
longer
can,
again, yeah.
or longer. Yeah, it just like the human experience of time and the
Is
psychic experience of
yeah,
time are very different.
that's true. Yep.
And my belief is if you take action on something that comes through the reading, it's probably going to happen faster.
That is yeah.
Because
Yep.
you're then you've heard it, you're then taking the momentum towards it. So the universe is going, oh yeah, they're taking action. Perfect. Let's bring it to them
And
faster. It's
that's
like
like you're in
manifestation.
control of that though, because you're the one. Yeah, it's like
You're
we're
moving towards it.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's really important for people to know, like, yeah, I can see all these things, but if there's something that needs action towards, your human has to take action towards it.
Yeah, otherwise you're just gonna stay still and stay whatever, and then you'll have all these feelings show up, and you'll start blaming the psychic, being like, "Oh, I went and saw your psychic the other day. She said, oh yeah, Tamika said, yeah, I'm gonna have this shiny thing by like November, and November's here, and fuck, I haven't got it. Fuck, Tamika, what are you doing? Giving fucking timelines to November, and I haven't fucking got the thing. It's like, well, have you actually actioned something to get that thing? And they're like, what do you mean?
I haven't had that yet, so I'm fucking good at what I do.
Good.
I get the opposite message of like, Tamika, this has come true. What the fuck? It's right on the timeline, or it's sometimes before, a little bit after, but it's in the cusp of
Yeah.
where it's been. And they'll be like, this has come true. I can't believe it. And I'm like, oh, I can.
Yeah, because it's happening in our own lives, right?
I'm like, I can. Yeah, good on you.
Hmm.
Keep going, babe. Like, next, let's go.
I
Next
got a
thing.
question for you. Actually, it's come to mind. How do you go reading for yourself?
Oh,
Hmm. Juicy question, eh?
it's interesting. I don't do it for myself.
Do you see things for yourself though?
I can feel something,
Yeah.
so I don't necessarily see.
Yep.
I don't necessarily see anyway. Like I do sometimes.
Yep.
I usually feel. So I can usually feel when something's going to happen. Like
Gotcha.
if, like, I'll be like, oh, I feel like something big's coming, but I
Yep.
don't necessarily know when or what because it's different. I don't tap into it for myself.
Have you tried?
No, not necessarily.
Are you gonna after this question now?
Probably. I feel like the way I probably do it is different for myself. Like I'll talk to my spirit guides and be like, hey, spirit guides, can you bring me this, this, and this? So that might be a different way of doing it because I'm kind of communicating with them, but them also connected to me. So it's like I'll talk to them every day and be like, hey, can you bring me this? And can you bring me this? And can you bring me that? And then bang, 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 here they all are. So it's like, is that reading into the psychic for me? Not, it's still not really, no, it's not. It's just
No,
asking for it.
it's just ask, because you're already connected. Well, we're all connected, but you're already like super. Yeah, I like that. I just thought I'd ask you because a lot of people struggle to like a lot of people I speak to in the space are like, oh, I struggle to get stuff for myself. I struggle to feel things and see things myself. But they're like, oh, I'm so good at giving information to others that when it comes to me, they struggle. So that's why I asked you that question because I have a lot of conversations about it.
Maybe we're not meant to do it for ourselves because that's the whole thing.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
imagine if I could see everything that's going to happen for me, it kind of wouldn't make sense.
That is very true.
So I feel like I'm not meant to
Yeah, because
in
when I
some
ask to
form.
be shown stuff, like I do this too. When I ask to be shown stuff, like I'll see. like a little speckle of something. It won't be the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like I asked to see, fucking be careful what I say here. I've asked to see things in my life, but I can't actually. I'll tell you off air what I've asked to see. But it's like I see like this little speckle, and I can't see like a face, or I'll see like clothes or legs or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a face,
Yeah.
like a head down.
It's interesting. Do you know what I get asked a lot? And
Yeah,
I feel this is cool to share.
go
People
for it.
always ask me if I'm gonna like I've had a couple of people recently actually ask me if I can see when someone's gonna die.
Mm.
Now, my this is my belief, and this is probably why I don't receive this. My belief is that I'm never going to receive that information because
Yeah, right.
it's not up to me. I get the opposite though. So if someone's sick or if someone is, not in their highest health timeline, I will get pieces of information to help their vitality.
Interesting.
So I did a reading in person down here, and without giving too much information, let's just say
Yep.
their friend Terry had
Terry.
an illness, and I didn't know what the illness was at the time until
Yep.
after. And they asked me about Terry, and I said, Terry needs to have more greens and liquid. Like, I feel like they can't eat that much, or they're not eating as much as they could be, but because of whatever's happening,
Gotcha.
have more greens. So they need to be having cucumber, anything green that is organic, that's a fruit and veg, they need to have, whether it's in a smoothie, a juice, whatever it might be. They need to be getting out by the beach more. They need to be having more water, like just like things to help their vitality. Turns out Terry has an illness that is slowing down their ability to be able to eat. So they're going to liquids
Huh.
and they're not eating because of what's happening. So I was like, they need to be having more greens. That'll help their vitality. So I get information about vitality, not about death.
I like that.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll be on a call with someone and I'm like, you need to be eating more fruit and veg. And they'll be like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't come here for you to give me nutrition. I'm like, well,
Yeah, I have clients too, but I do a bit of that nutrition stuff, but I just get the message straight through. Like I can tap into that body and be like, you need to drink. Like a lot
yeah,
of
you've
people need to
done
drink
it
more
me.
water.
Yeah,
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 I get the body information too. Actually,
yeah.
tap in. Yeah,
It's cool because it's like, yeah, I've never been given a death timeline ever because I don't, it's not up. Imagine if I said to someone, yeah, you're going to die in 3 weeks.
yeah. Some psychics have said that, eh? The ones at the fucking market and shit, or the ones at the bloody. I went
Mm.
to this. I want to share. I was gonna not share this with you, but I'm not gonna share with you. Have you ever been to that fright night thing at Riverwell down your way? I went down there about 3 weeks ago, and I'm like proper protecting myself energetically. It's like a fucking portal down there. Have you like heard what they do down there?
See, I've been
Do you
to
know
none
anything
of,
about it at all?
no, well, I know what it is, but I've been to none of the theme parks ever.
Yeah, I went there as a kid, and I just went to this thing with a couple of work buddies, and I was like fucking walking in here going, this is not good. Like I felt like I was.
Oh,
Yeah. So there's like people walking around trying to scare people, right? So I had
yeah,
the intention and the energy of they're not going to come near me, and they didn't. Like they have like knives and chainsaws and shit. They're walking up to you, fucking trying to bloody get you. I'm not going to get you, but they're trying to give you fright.
yeah.
Like young girls screaming. It's like Monsters Inc., right? The young girls are screaming,
Fuck that,
getting.
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wild thing. I'm standing there going, none of these men are coming up to me. And I'm like, this is great. I just walked up and down the thing. None of them coming to me because I'm like, fuck off.
Bubble up.
Yeah, literally had the bubble up and had the fuck off energy on, and they're like not coming near me. But I'm just watching this all play out. I was there for a reason, obviously, but I'm like, I'm never doing that again, ever.
What what did you witness or what did you experience and what was the energy?
It looked like I was watching Monsters Inc. in real time. It looked like that whatever was going on underneath that Movie World Gold Coast thing was just like harnessing the screams and harnessing the energy of the fear, panic, and terror of that fucking strip just near the Hollywood bit of Movie World. Wild. And then like the rides and that were going on, and there's just like people were walking around like zombies and shit. It was just the most weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Mm.
And I reckon it was a portal, and then you had like these rock death sort of grunge music up the front, and they're playing like heavy guitar, screaming into the microphone, and it's like, yeah, fucking, and they had like the red and the, so it's basically a satanic ritual, just call for what it is. It was wild, Tamika. I don't recommend going to this thing.
Now I kind of want to go just to see, like, just to experience it. It's
I
probably
think you should. And then you have, so you're walking through the gates of Movie World, right? And on the left, you have this black tent with a psychic in there. And I had a friend that was sort of like into this, but not in this, follows me, but wants to get into it, doesn't want to get into it. You know what I mean? Like tip, but sort of in and out. Anyway, she goes, "Oh, I should get a reading." I said, "Don't go in there." I knew straight away, do not go in there. I said, if you want a reading, just go see my brother, or I know some mediums. I said, there's one actually, I actually said you. I'm like, go and see one of these people I know. Do not go in that tent. I'm like, I'll even stop you from going in there.
I have this weird thing. I have this weird thing, and I don't know what it is. And people have said to me, you should do markets. I'm like, oh.
My brother did markets. He was like a good one in the markets. There's some
See,
shocking ones in the markets. He was a
this
good
is the
one.
thing. I'm like, I don't know what it is. I have a little bit of a resistance to,
Why?
because I feel like the ones in there are phonies.
Yeah, they. He is too. Yeah, they are.
Like, so I'm like,
But
I'm,
that's the rep they have, though.
yeah, that's the thing. And I'm like,
Hmm.
this is why I haven't, people are like, you should do, I would love to do like a festival, like when people go to festivals. I feel like that'd be really cool. Like a bush doof. Like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds
Bush
fucked,
stuff.
but I feel like a bush doof would be really cool. Like a
There's a lot
cooked
of them up
lunch,
here on the
bush
sunny
doof.
coast.
Yeah, like I feel like that would be cool. Like just a pop-up tent and a bush doof.
Mm.
But things like that, like the ones at the movie world and at, like not all markets and not all psychics, I'm not giving it to everyone, but it's like there's something there that I'm like, it doesn't feel genuine.
No, I know.
It
Yeah.
just does not feel genuine.
Mm.
And when I walk past them, sometimes when I'm at the market, I'll have like a little feel into the energy and I'm like, oh yeah, it feels. I've been with a girlfriend before walking around Byron Market and there was fucking heaps there.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? Your Monday
And she
marketing
was
noose
like,
is the same.
yeah, it would be. And she was
Yeah.
like, does that one feel genuine? Does that one not? And I was like, all right, let's play a little game.
I do it with my
Right?
brother all the time. He's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I'll be like, yeah, she feels kind of genuine. Not so much like, and
yeah,
you can feel it. You can,
yeah.
but not everyone's gonna have that. So it's like, just yeah, if you're gonna do a psychic reading, do your research and go to someone that's recommended. Don't just go to someone on the street, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And my
Yeah.
brother and I play the exact same game, but I go, this doesn't feel right. And he'll go, well, maybe it does. Why don't you stand there? I'm like, I don't want to stand there. Then she'll want
Go in
to fucking
there.
read me. I'm not fucking stand there. But yeah, it's interesting that yeah how that all works, and I know you and like the market thing would be good for you because you'd be able to sort of that sort of hysteria around it, what we're just talking about, that won't exist with you because you're genuine, right?
True.
People can feel that genuine too.
Mm.
Like my brother drew people that were genuine when he was doing the markets.
Yeah. Maybe I
Hmm.
should do it then. Okay.
I'm
Cool.
just putting it out there for you. If you need
Oh,
more information, my brother will talk to you about it. You know him, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. How's life been going for you?
What
I
do you
heard
want to
a
know?
little birdie told me you were in the dating space too. So let's. I was in there. I've been in and out myself, but
Yeah, so I went, yeah, I don't think I was in it when we spoke last.
nah,
Probably.
you
I'm
said
barely
that
ever in it,
you
to be
said
honest.
you were. I think you said something funny about that, but I can't remember. But you had me laughing.
Oh
You
gosh.
were like you said something like, "Oh, I'm still in my." Well, I talked to you about my caveman phase. I think you said you were still in your cavewoman phase.
Yeah, I would have been. I'm not really like, yeah, I'm not a dater. Like, I don't go on dating apps. Things just happen. Like, I'm the person that's like, it has to happen. What's the word I'm looking for?
Organically,
Naturally,
naturally, yeah.
organically. And then randomly, like, things have kind of been changing within me in terms of like probably more feminine energy that's embodied rather than being like,
Love that.
the thinking I'm feminine where I wasn't, but now it's more embodied, and I definitely had a shift in that. Even like shifting out of certain roles, like I was doing nannying at a certain spot, I left that. So there was a big kind of identity change. Anyway, full tangent, but there was definitely a thing of, well, interestingly enough, I left a role and then went into another one that embodied more feminine work, but also the masculine. So the masculine and feminine became more balanced rather than being fully feminine and being la-di-da and fairy and neglecting the masculine, this role was very much embodying both because I
Yeah.
was a personal assistant and a nanny in one. So I was looking after a newborn, well, newish born, and then personal assisting at the same time. Hello, masculine and feminine.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Personal assistant is very masculine, but also very feminine because you've got to have the intuition about what's happening with the person, how they're feeling. Then you've got the baby involved. There's the nurturing, there's the feminine. So it was very much this beautiful intertwine of the two coming together
Mm.
in a very embodied way. Because in the past, like my jobs in corporate were very masculine, and I was like, oh, fuck the masculine. I don't want to do structure. Ew.
Structure.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I want to do what I want.
Yeah.
And so this kind of was really beautiful to bring them back together because a lot of my stuff, yeah, it's been very flowy and feminine and beautiful. Anyway, so tangent.
Sorry.
Mask and femme came together, and then I noticed people being more magnetic towards me because obviously I'm carrying the both
Yeah, that's
now,
true.
so
Yeah.
it's more embodied. But then what actually started it was that and going on into a deficit.
Deficit.
Do you know what that is?
Oh, there's so many deficits you can have. What are you talking about here?
So I so I went into a calorie deficit
Oh, gotcha. For nutrition. Yeah, anyway.
nutrition.
Yep.
I went into a deficit. I've never done one before. I've never ever tracked my food. I've always just intuitively ate.
That's what
I've
I
always,
do.
yeah, it's what I've always done. I eat really well. Like, I just never felt the need for it.
Mm.
Anyway, I started training really hard in the gym, and then I've got a beautiful friend, and she's a PT. And I was like, I wanted to challenge myself because the gym was great, but I was like, just was doing the same shit over and over. And I was like, I feel like really challenging myself more mentally than physically. Like I don't really care about the physique. Like I'm happy with my physique. It's beautiful. I love it. This was more for a mental challenge to really push myself. She was like, why don't you just do a deficit? Just do a deficit for a little bit. And I was like, all right. So I started doing a calorie deficit. It's the first time I've ever tracked food, weighed it, any of that shit. Never done it before. And then when I started doing this, obviously my body started changing. That wasn't the intention. This was more mental.
Mm.
My body started changing, so my physical appearance started changing, started getting leaner, started getting, all these things. But I feel it was I started going fully focused on who I like myself because I was like, all right, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it properly. So I was really in not hyperfixation, but very much in the channel of like in my own world. And when you just focus on yourself and everything just kind of starts to align, and then it's like, oh, she's really focused and she's really like working on herself. When you just start working on yourself and everything starts to magnetize
Hmm.
because you're not sourcing things outside of you.
Yeah, it's true.
So I stopped paying attention to fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry around the street because I was so focused on being in the gym and eating the right food and nourishing myself and taking care of myself that I went tunnel vision.
Oh, yeah. It's a good place to be sometimes, the old tunnel vision.
So I was super tunnel vision. And then all these people started coming into my awareness. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I started making a shit ton of money too,
Mm.
masculine and feminine.
Mm.
I'm like, what's going on? Then the masculine started coming into my life all of a sudden. And I'm like, it's the deficit, not the deficit itself, but also looking at masculine and feminine, being in a calorie deficit and tracking your food, very masculine, very structured, right? So it was like, again, I was bringing the masculine back into my life with the new job, with the deficit. It was like that beautiful bridge coming together. So then men started popping up. I was like, all of a sudden, I've got all these men in my inbox, and I'm like, what the fuck, universe?
Yeah, right.
I didn't ask for it. I wasn't seeking it. It just started happening. And I was like, what's going on here?
Mm.
But it was really interesting. I had three people come into my awareness at the one time, but they were all very different.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
So
And then
one
we
was
hit
very
record.
much like an old shadow, like that kind of like dark feminine but unintegrated. Like he was like that adrenaline kind of chasing, like just a very shadow old past version of me would have gone for that. Like emotionally unavailable, bad boy, fucking just imagine, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Then I had like the embodied masculine to a degree, but also younger. So it was like I was like, oh, you're younger, you've still got a lot to learn. Then I just had like the playful light energy of like no pressure, kind of just very easygoing, just very relaxed. So very different dynamics, right? And they were all in my awareness at the same time. And I'm like, what the fuck am I meant to do with all this?
Yeah, what did you do with it all?
Took lessons from all of them.
Took lessons from all of them. That's good. You see, people come in your
In the
life for a
sense of
reason.
like, look, I looked at one and went, okay, that's my shadow. But that I noticed like when I was entertaining it in a sense of like feeding it, like there, like I needed to feed the shadow of like, oh, okay, I'm getting magnetized from the dark femme, but I just need to integrate it. Because he was
Interesting.
drawn to the dark femme side of me because
Mm,
he's shadowy
mm,
and he's like that chasing the adrenaline. He'll just chase until he gets, and then once he gets it, he'll go.
that's true.
And then me, the dark femme, the unintegrated part was like, oh, I want to play with this and see how much I can make him chase and make him work for it. So then I was like, oh, cool. I just need to integrate my dark femme. Lesson one. Cool. Okay. No worries. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna cut the cord, see you later. That's
Yeah,
it.
right.
And then the masculine one that's kind of embodied but not, I don't know, I haven't really figured that one out. Don't know what that one was yet. And it's not in my awareness anymore, so not
Oh
sure.
well, gone. Yep. See ya.
Gone. Then the light one, I think, was teaching me that you can have connections without attaching to it. So it was like you can just enjoy having someone that's light and playful and having nice energy and sharing time together without actually having the attachment.
Yeah, I can relate to that third one.
So it's like you can, like not everyone you spend time with you have to attach to. Like you can just purely enjoy that connection.
Agreed.
And whereas in the past I'd be like fighting to prove my worth or like fighting to
Oh,
show it. Or it's like
now we're getting somewhere.
you can actually just have a connection. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You can
Mm.
purely just enjoy each other and not have to have anything from that.
You purely just like spoke to me about my, yeah, that third one has come up for me a lot because I'm being shown to enjoy what you just said there is just like my last probably 3 months, hey? Yeah.
Is it the proving thing? Like you have to prove
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah. Because I was doing what you were doing with number, proving your worth with number, whatever number it was. I was
Yeah.
doing that 12 months ago when I first connected with you. So I was like being like, oh, I got to prove that I'm doing whatever. And now I'm just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck.
That's where I'm at now too. Because
Yeah.
that's where I was experiencing that with all of them too. It's like I'd kind of be like, oh, I've got to prove it. And then I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I don't. I don't have to
No.
prove anything. But it's almost like I had to experience that to be like, you can just be. Just
That,
be who you are.
oh, yeah. Speaking of my, yeah. I had that light bulb moment about a month ago. And
Yeah.
that's why we weren't doing this podcast, I don't reckon either, because we're going to talk about this. And I was still in the proving the worth thing.
Same.
Yeah.
I was in the void, but this was kind of in the void. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And I think when you, and what I've recognized for me is like not having to fucking prove. And when I stopped going, oh yeah, I've got to prove my worth, everything dropped off. But I was like, okay, perfect. Because why would I have to prove to someone that I'm worth it? I
Exactly.
really fucking am. I shouldn't have to prove it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
they drop off, of course, because they're
Yeah.
not on the highest timeline. They were just there
No.
to show you that.
Correct. And then the space is being cleared for whatever's next on the journey, right?
Yep. And that's when I went into the void, right after I experienced all of
So what's
that.
the void for someone listening? They're going to be like, Tamika, what's the void? Mention it for.
Oh, how much time do you have?
We have plenty of time. This has no time limit.
Um, the void. Oh,
Uh,
the void is fucking a beautiful place and it's very confusing. So I've been speaking about this a lot on my socials. It's
you have
probably
been, yes.
I have been. And I experience it very often. It's like I go in and I come out. I go in and I come out. I go in and I come out. Each time is different. The void is the best way to explain it is you're in this floating space from who you were to who you're going to be. And it's
Oh,
kind
it's
of
the middle part.
it's the middle part. You're like
Oh,
this.
I know what you're talking about now.
You're just in that so you're just in this floating space. So it's like cool. I would use my experience as an example of like I have been proving that I need to be like I've had to prove myself to be loved since probably I was a child. And then I've had this realization I don't need to do that. So then I'm starting to rewire things, but I'm not quite there. So I'm just floating. So I was just floating. I was like feeling nothing. I was like, what the fuck is life? And that's what happens a lot when you're in that liminal space. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Everything's happening, but nothing's happening.
Mm,
I'm feeling everything, but feeling nothing. Make it make sense.
mm.
The void doesn't make sense. And the thing is, when you're in the void, it's your nervous system, it's your energetic aura, it's everything resetting or coming to it's almost like your body is creating space for
Yes.
the new thing you're bringing in. So everything feels like it's emptying out and you feel like you're floating because you're creating space for whatever you're calling in. And so people can get a little bit caught up here because they're like, how do I fix this?
Yeah.
But you can't fix the void.
You have to let it sort of run its course.
You have to let it run its course.
Yeah.
You have to just surrender to it because
Yeah.
you actually can't fix it. You can't. You
No, I
can't.
agree. Yeah.
You have to actually let it run its course because there's a reason why things are slower. There's a reason why you're having less time to do. Like for me, I had a lot of space. And I was like, fuck, why do I have so much space? Why is work quiet? Why is business quiet? Why do I feel like I want to just hibernate? It's because your nervous system is starting to rewire itself. Like there's stuff that's been patterned in you for so long. You need that space it's like a recalibration.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah. So it's like slowing down to allow your nervous system to recalibrate. Like I was saying to you before, the reason, like, since being back in Melbourne, my nervous system has been able to relax and recalibrate to be able to hold the new energy that's coming in. Before I came here, I was in the void. As soon as I landed in Melbourne, funny enough, I felt my nervous system go, oh, and my void went, bye bye.
Yeah, okay. Your nervous system needed a reset
My nervous system needed to reset. Yeah.
back in the old, basically.
Yeah, it just needed to feel it just needed to come back to its roots and kind of go, oh, I can just relax for a little bit. And it's also like, you know, I came here with no expectations. I came here with no pressure. Whereas I felt like in the Gold Coast, I was like, oh, I've got to show up like this. I've got to show up like this person, that person. I've got to go to the gym and be bubbly. I've got to, I can't. I had this story of like when I was in the void, because I was in it quite deeply, I didn't want to talk to people. And I talked to a lot of people in the gym, and I was like, how the fuck am I going to go train and talk to people when I don't actually want to talk to anyone?
Go to
And
another
I,
gym, train somewhere else.
yeah, I'll still probably know people, but it's like, yeah, I had this story. Whereas when I came here, I was like, I don't have any expectations, and if anyone has expectations of me, I don't actually give a fuck because I'm just not going to give them to them until I'm ready.
Love
But
that.
I had none. So then my nervous system was like, okay, cool, we don't have to do anything. And then my void went and just kind of like slowly unraveled itself. And now it's like, now I'm on the other side of it. I'm like, oh, it's all perfect. I was creating space for the new.
Yeah. But you had to go back to the old to bring it in though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sums up my last trip down there too, actually. It was a very similar thing. I'd only just realized it now because you just described it. And I was like, oh, that's exactly what that was. And I'm going back down there again at the end of November as well. So I feel like it's the same sort of setup.
Isn't it funny the place that we run from or ran from
No,
not saying
definitely ran from. Go with ran from. Oh no, I ran. I was on the fucking 100-meter track running from that joint.
I found it so funny that the place I ran so far from has brought me back home to myself.
Not the. Yep, agreed.
Like, make that make sense. It doesn't, but it also does.
I agree. Yeah.
And it's fucking wild. I'm still kind of like processing it, and I feel like it's it's coming like it's going to probably come up more now that we've had this conversation because I haven't really spoken to anyone about it, to be honest, because I've
Oh
kind of just
well.
been doing my own
Just
thing.
you've spoken about it live in front of a couple of
Literally,
thousand people now. So how good's that?
welcome to my story, everyone. But it's like it's so interesting how we spent so much time being away from here and being like, fuck this place.
Yeah,
And now when I've been back here, I'm like, it's brought me back. It hasn't brought me back home to myself. I've actually created a new version of who I'm becoming.
you are.
And it's like, I just need to come back here and reset my nervous system and probably just like have my mum do things for me.
Oh, yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, I feel
Like,
that.
have my mum cook me some food. Like, have my
Mm,
mum run me a bath. Like, yeah, I'm fucking 30, but it's like, I don't have someone to do that for me at home.
I feel that. Mm.
like that's another thing that I've been learning is like ex
Receive?
receiving.
Uh,
When I'm in the Gold Coast, I'm constantly doing things for myself and others.
yeah. So you're
No,
not
not
receiving.
I'm
Yeah.
not receiving.
Yeah.
So I've come
Wow.
here and been like, fuck it, I'm gonna receive.
That's what I did when I went down there too. Mum was doing
Yeah,
shit for me and dad and whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mum's like, all right, let me cook you. Like, oh, she's been cooking like she's been roasting food for me. She's ran me a bath. Like the
Mm.
small little moments like that have been able to make the biggest impact. And it's so funny. You take this shit for granted when you're younger and you're like,
Yep.
and you come back here when you're an adult and you're like, oh my God, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like that, yeah, it's a receivership thing as well.
Yeah. We had my mum stay with us about a month ago, or a month and a half ago now, and yeah, like I went down there and brought her up here, and I was like, oh, like my yeah, it just felt like home, but not home because we're up here.
Yeah.
And but I went when I went down there in July, I was like the same thing you went through, but I didn't know what was going on. I was like, why am I even here? But I felt like safe and I felt calm. And I was like, because last time I went down there 2 years ago, I felt I was just like fucking angry in that. Because I'm like, why
Yeah.
am I don't want to fucking be here. But now, yeah, it's like a nervous system reset. You just sort of summed up my last trip. So my next trip now in a month's time will be very, I
I
feel like
reckon it's gonna
it's,
be great.
yeah, exactly.
I
Mm,
heard from a friend who's also in this space. She said to me, sometimes we go back to places also to clear out the old density.
that's a good point too. Yeah.
So, like, say if there's some stuff lingering, like we can clear out the old density. Like I was saying to you before we started this conversation, when I flew down here, I went back to New South Wales into Eden, where I spent a lot of time as a child, like with my dad before he passed. And I haven't been back there properly since his passed. I've gone through. And I went back to where he had his funeral. So I haven't been there I haven't been to where he had a funeral since he passed. And I actually just sat, it's this beautiful hall in the middle of this small, it's called Kaya. And it actually burnt down in the fires in 2020,
Oh.
but they've rebuilt it. But anyway,
Oh.
so I sat there in this beautiful seat, and Eden has this specific bird. I don't know what it is, but when I hear it, I always think of Dad, and they're around everywhere. Anyway, I'm sitting on this beautiful bench, and I feel all this grief come up, and I'm like, oh, here we go. So I sat on this
Here we
bench,
go.
and I'm like, oh, it's never going to be over. It's always a continual journey. But I felt it move from a certain space in my body that I haven't felt it move from before. And I was like, wow. And I just cried for a little bit. And an eagle, and I think Dad's an eagle. I don't know if I spoke about this last
No,
time.
you did, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sitting on this bench crying. And then like, it's almost like I felt it leave my body and I smiled. And I look up and there's an eagle soaring around my head
Of course there is.
above me. And
Yeah.
I just went, but it's almost like I needed, because I felt it clear from my womb space, interestingly enough, which I've never felt it move from there before. Generally, in the past, it's been my heart or kind of like my sacral.
Mm.
But this time it was my womb. And I was like, that's really interesting. And I felt it move and I felt the space come very clear then after I'd moved through it. And it's almost like I had to go back there to clear the density of the grief that was sitting in my womb space for some particular reason. That will probably come to fruition soon. Who knows? But it's like I went back there unconsciously and consciously to clear out the density that had been sitting there that I didn't really know about.
Interesting.
So I feel like sometimes we go back to places to clear out any old density or clear out any old patterns. It's funny because I'm here now when it's Scorpio season and it's like all about the shadow and the past and the
Yep.
patterns and stuff like that. So I'm like, and I'm ending it in Scorpio season here. So it's like, anyway, another tangent. But yeah, sometimes I think we go back to places that we have experienced density to clear it out. And even being here, I've had so many people be like to me, you look like you're living an amazing life. And it's almost a reminder of the life that we've created from where we were. That's another thing I've been driving around and been like in my old childhood places that I'm like, holy fuck, I've come so far.
Yep.
But when I'm in the Gold Coast, I don't have that. I don't
No,
have
I'm the
those thoughts.
same.
So it's like maybe when you come back here, you'll be like, oh fuck, I have come so far. Because you go back and you go, you have memories pop up and you have patterns come up, or you have, certain behaviors play out, and you're like, that's not who I am anymore. It's almost like you need to come back here to recognize how far you've come sometimes, because sometimes we don't do it when we're present in a beautiful place and in the moment all the time. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't have any words because that I feel that too. I got nothing for you.
That just
I'm
came
the
through
host
the
of my own
channel.
podcast, and I've just got the same feels you feel because I do agree with everything you just said, and now I got nothing else to say.
I'm excited for you to come back here because I feel like, yeah, I feel like for me, when I first came back here the first couple of times, I was like, fuck this
Yeah,
place. And I had that.
literally.
And then each time I've come back, I think this is maybe my fifth time I've come back. I don't know. It's always been a better experience.
Mm, I agree.
So I feel like the more I don't know, I feel like for you, when you come back here, something's going to happen that's going to be magical and you're going to go, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm. I don't know where else to
Amazing.
go from here, but we have been talking for a while. So, Tamika, thank you for jumping back on the show again. That was yeah, we went on a few tangents, and that was a really awesome, fucking awesome conversation.
We took you on a journey, guys, of different elements of life. You're welcome.
Yeah, we did. We went into a bit of a spiel about the school system, then on some dating, some personal stuff, and then into some old hometown vibes. And now we're just, yeah, a really awesome conversation. I don't think we're going to go any of those places today. Yeah. We need to do this more often, not every 12 months. So I want to circle
Yeah, I
back.
think we need to do it like every a couple of months so we
I
can
reckon
like
we do.
cram
Can
some
I,
cool.
can I make you a buddy co-host?
Welcome back to the channel, guys.
Yeah, nah, that's awesome. Now we will do it every couple of months, I reckon. You're
Yeah, I
someone that
reckon.
I have on a list of people that I would like to have on more often. So,
Amazing.
yeah. Yeah, so if someone's new to this right now, they've just flicked on YouTube and they're like, oh, fuck, what a conversation I used to have had. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so Facebook, Instagram, probably more Instagram, Facebook I use. So it's Temika, Temika, and then it's full stop, Hill. I'm also on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah,
I'm
TikTok,
on there as well. Interesting.
TikTok pops
Interesting.
off, man.
So does
Anyway,
mine, yeah. Yep.
but yeah, same name across all platforms. So if
So
you
you're on TikTok. I'll follow you on TikTok, so I post reels from this. Yeah, yeah.
we love TikTok, it's fun.
I go on there, post and leave. I don't get in the scroll phase of that stuff. That's
Like
wild.
this is a whole we'll talk about this another time, but
We
it's
will, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, bye fam.
Thanks for jumping back on, Tamika. I really appreciate you giving your time to me, my platform, and yeah. And if anyone wants to listen to Tamika's story, because she did mention her dad, that is all in the show notes. It is an awesome, powerful story, and this is how she got to where she is now as a medium and all the things. So I encourage you to listen to part one of this conversation. So if anyone out there listening and watching, thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you all again soon. Cheers.